Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, Treasure Map Pudding is finally here, and we are on stream over here on YouTube, so shout out to the guys in chat. But in this video today, we will be taking on Treasure Map Pudding, and we will be showcasing the teams that I built for you guys a couple of days ago in my Treasure Map video. Now, I'll leave a card for you guys on top of the video here if you do want to go check out that video, get a little bit more of a breakdown to see what all the units do. But this is going to be my initial playthrough. Now, the new update lets you select what league you want to be in. Obviously, if you can, always select New Worlds. The amount of drops you get, 4 times the amount of drops here, is massive. Like, it's actually ridiculously massive. So, I would definitely recommend, even if you're not planning on ranking, I would definitely stay in New World if you possibly can. Let me just make sure that I actually selected the right one. New World, beautiful. So, I have OCD when it comes to that sort of stuff. I get very, very frantic. Alright, so here we are against Pudding. So let's hop in. So they're the bosses. We got to verse Katakuri, Luffy, Ace, and Raiju. Raiju being the easiest that I've been told. And then we do have the interrupt of Sabo as well. So let's hop in. Man, those animations look so good. They look so good. Alright, we're going to try and make our way around the board as quickly as we possibly can. Just because I want to do this all in like sort of one take. So let's try and make our way around as quickly as possible. Now, the thing about this treasure map, now, the boosted list does suck. Straight up, it does suck. But in saying that as well, it doesn't seem like it is the hardest treasure map. So, if you guys didn't summon for boosters or anything like that, don't stress, as there is a lot of other ways that you guys can get around this content. And as long as you can find some friend laws and friend Mihawks, friend codes in the bio if you guys want to add me as well. I will be adding friends. That if it helps you guys out, that's what I'm here for. So, if you can find a friend Law or find a random Mihawk for the final stages, you shouldn't have any issues getting around the content at all. Otherwise, you just sort of want to fill the team out with as many boosters as you possibly can, and you'll be good to go. Now, I'm going to take on Raiju, because Raiju is sort of like the easiest on the map. Ideally, I would recommend going for Katakuri, as Katakuri is, well, he does the most stuff, I should say. Like, he's the one that does the most stuff. So, okay, we're going to come up against Halloween Sabo first. So, Halloween Sabo is the interrupt. The recommended unit is bringing a law of some kind. So, I would definitely bring a friend law if you can. And if you can't, it may be a little bit trickier to do. So, I definitely try and find a way to bring a law if you can. And that way, you can get around this content a lot easier. Now, I do want boosted effects. Oh, there's a Chiffon. Let's bring... Oh, shout out to Lumi in the chat with the Chiffon friend. So, we're going to bring a friend Chiffon. In the early stages, I mean, like, any way to get more points is going to be way better for you. So, if you can, definitely bring a friend Chiffon or whatnot. Alright, so here we go. So, on stage 1, we come up against Robin. She charges out in specials by 10 turns, which is pretty handy, if I do say so myself. On stage 2, we come up against Koala. Now, Koala's an int unit. She's going to slot change us to empty orbs. And she's going to bind our top row for 5 turns, which then goes down to 2 turns with sockets. And that's where the support of Corazon is just really, really handy. What we can do here is we can use the special of Mihawk. We can use the special of Law when this animation hurries up. Like this. And then we can just win. Even without the orbs, like, it kind of works in our favor, as that way we can get the 3 perfects to carry over with Mihawk. But if you use the Shank special there, you can clear it very, very fast as well. On the next stage, we come up against Sabo. Sabo's going to gloom us, but obviously with our leader Law, we don't have to worry about that. And then he's going to reverse our captain specials. Now, as you guys saw there, I'm not overly worried about that, as I used the special on the turn before. Now, we still had Shanks' special, if we do want color affinity there as well. And then obviously you can replace either Beckman or, what's his name? Yasop down the bottom there. So if you replace them, you can bring another sort of chain locker or something like that, a way to get around the chain debuff. But with this team, I brought Ben Beckman just so I could remove that completely, and then use the Shanks buff to get the extra 1 times the chain multiplier. But as you guys can see there, it's still early stages. We're not overly phased too much on what those enemies are doing to us. We just sort of want to blitz through it as quickly as possible. Now, the teams I have built, they're actually pretty free-to-play friendly as well, actually. Now that I was looking at them before making this video on stream, they actually are quite free-to-play friendly. So, like, you guys have some of these units, it's going to be quite fast. As you can see here, our leader is Enel for this particular piece of content. And we have the new Kaido, Kazuna Kaido. The rest of the team, honestly, is just filled out with literally like whatever you guys want to bring. For this, we want to bring, we want to put on the same character for this one. There we go. Yeah, you can just fill out the team with literally anything else that you want to bring. As I'm just sort of aiming to get this done as quickly as possible. Now, if you have a friend Kaido, you can probably get a little bit more points with this particular team. But the idea of this team is literally to just let the end of turn damage to Enel just do the work for us. Having 2 Enels means that we can just do a lot of end of turn damage very, very easily. We can make our way through this content very brain dead, just single tap, and just literally watch Enel do the rest of the work. On a bit of a side topic, actually talking about Enel, who's keen for V2 Eneru that just dropped on the JP side of the game? Let me know in the comment section below of this video. Let me know in the chat as well. Shout out to the guys that are here in chat. Let me know what your thoughts are on the new Enel being the first Pirate Rumble legend. Now, the downside to this team is obviously, like, we don't really have that many cooldowns. So we do get to the final stage very, very quickly. She gives us 3 turns of bind, but literally just with sockets, we can easily clap our way through that. And as you can see, like, Raiju don't have much health. So Raiju die really quick. And there you guys go. That's the team against Raiju. She doesn't have a lot of HP. So literally, once you get to the end, you can just use your Kaido special and everything is hunky-dory. I actually didn't look at what ship I was using for that. I would definitely try and bring a ship that gives you a lot of cooldowns. Maybe something like the Nova Costello or something like that gives like... Or the Borsalino ship that gives you 2 to shooters. I think off the top of my head that Enoru is a shooter. And if he is, that might be something to look at. That way you just get more cooldown so you can pop his special off. The downside to bringing that Enel team... Oh, we got the stamina? Oh, no, we didn't. The downside to that Enel is it's very hard to stall. So, getting your specials is a little bit tricky, but once that damage stops being enough to sort of kill Raiju, as you saw, we did have the supports to give us a 1.3 times attack boost on our Enels, as well as a color affinity buff for shooters. So, there's also that too. Actually, that team is very shooter-centric. I should probably be using the what's it called ship. I might just quickly update that for you guys now in the video. So, if we just quickly go to our Raiju screen here, we're actually just going to bring the, where is it? The Kazari's Cannonball, because you get 2 turns of special down for our shooters, which basically, like, the main core of this team is, except for Kaido, which kind of sucks. But, look, it is what it is. We'll just go from there for now. But, against Ace, we are using another very free-to-play friendly team. Buggy is very replaceable in this team with literally anyone you like, as well as the same as Colgara and Noland. We're literally just bringing them here because they are shooters and strikers, so they do get boosted from our Kid Captain. But the whole idea of this particular team is to literally just let Kid do the work. Like, Kid has the same effect as Enel. He does 5 times his attack and dex damage at the end of the turn. And, ooh, okay. We're not doing all that heaps of damage. Okay. But we still do have 2 of Kid's specials here. So I was actually just going to wait until turn 2 to use the Kid special. And then we can move on. Or move into the final stage. Really, Kid... Oh, okay, there it is. I was like, surely Kid's end of turn damage is enough to kill the turtles. But it wasn't his actual like end of turn damage. It was the actual captain ability. The big thing about this team is you just really want to be running the... What's it called? What unit is it? The Perona and Moria. The Perona and Moria are actually just built to beat this content, as their special gets around all the nasty defects that Ace actually puts up. He puts up 5 turns of paralysis, he gives us non-matching orbs, and he has 5 turns of defense up. As you can see, we are using those supports once again, just to give us a little bit extra damage. We can remove all the defects with our Moria and Perona unit. We've got that attack from Ace, what's his name? Kid as well. And then we can use... Oh, okay, that's quite nice, whatever. Then we can use our Kazaru special as well to get an orb buff. As you'll see, no issue whatsoever on Ace there. We do have the end of turn damage from Kid as well. We've set the defense very, very low. But with this team too, as things get a little bit harder, we do have Buggy. So Buggy can actually remove that defense up. As that defense up is pretty high. Like, it's not small. Nothing really to stress about though. as Moria and Perona will basically just help you get through that very, very easily. So on to the next mini-boss now. We come up against Luffy. Luffy is a Psy unit, and the recommended units to take down this guy is actually the free-to-play Mr. Zero and Nico Robin. Those two units together just remove all of the nasty defects. It makes it very, very easy to get around. As you can see as well, we are using the Kazuna Kid, as the Kazuna Kid's... Oh, I didn't use the special. The Kazuna Kid has the same effect as the Colosseum Kid, but it's for 4 turns. So if you use his special here, you get the end of turn int damage. Now with that end of turn int damage, we should be able to just blast our way through these stages, but we do want to make sure that we actually can get our Nico Robin and Mr. Zero specials ready by the final stage, as we do need their specials to clear out the content that comes in front of us. But as I can sort of look at this, I haven't actually finished my Nico Robin actually. That's something that I really need to do. But we are just a little bit short. Actually, I think Kid gives cooldowns, doesn't he? I'm pretty sure Kid gives cooldowns. So we can use our other Kid now that we're at the end. We've got the color affinity with Tao Nami. We can use the other, yes, and then we get cooldowns here. Beautiful. So that way we can use the Mr. Zero special to remove the attack down. Then we can use Robin's special. She's going to give us meat orbs, which is kind of like, whatever. We've got Ben Beckman for an orb boost here. And then we've just got our girl, Conus, to just give us more orbs, apparently. But with that, it's just GG for our boy Luffy. Nothing too stressful, nothing too hard there. As you can see, just with the specials of Kid, giving us cooldowns, making it very, very fast to wipe out the fodder stages as well. Kid's very, very good. I really like that Kazuna Kid. He's a very, very good unit. To me, he just seems like he's an upgraded version of Colosseum Kid. But at the same sense, he does a lot of different stuff as well. So he is going to see quite a lot of play. Man, we're getting like 7 times point boosted for these teams. The final mini-boss is against Katakuri. Now, against Katakuri, if you have the Summertime Rebecca, she's amazing for this particular piece of content. But there is another cheeky way to get around it, as he only special blinds your crew. So, if you guys have finished this Nami and Sanji unit, you can actually use them to get around the special blind. Now, when you use their switch ability, you get you rotate orbs, and that way you can actually guarantee yourself a few orbs along the run to make things a little bit quicker. Page 1 is the only unit on this team that actually isn't boosted, and the big reason we have him on this particular team is to remove the chain lock at the end and apply our own chain lock as well. So he's like not overly essential on this particular team, but he definitely helps out. As the runs will get higher and higher, we do want to be removing that chain lock or that chain coefficient, whatever it is, on the final stage there. I probably should have switched to get some orbs here. No, we're alright. We're all good. We might have to stall a turn, but it is what it is. Alright, there we go. So once we move into the final stage, we come up against Katakuri. Katakuri does a whole bunch of nasty stuff. First of all, he gives us a full board of unfavorable orbs. He gives us 7-turn special bond on our crew, and he chain locks us for 5 turns. So this is where we can use the switch ability of our Nami Sanji to rotate our orbs, basically. Then we can use our Nami Sanji special. That way we can remove 5 turns of the special blinds. With the help of Red Leg Zeph, we can get a color affinity buff as well. Then we can use our Vivi special. She's going to remove sound effects, as well as give us a special charge for our Luffy special. Luffy's going to give us an attack buff, which is awesome. And then finally, we can finish it off with page 1 to remove the chain lock, give our own chain lock and damage reduction. And with that, it's just see you later to our boy Katakuri. So this team's going to work very, very well for a very long time. Chopper, as you see down the corner, is literally replaceable with any other unit you want to bring. He's literally just here because he's a 1.35 times booster. And that's really all he's good for on this particular team, to be honest. But, you know, it works quite well. Things might change as I get higher up on this treasure map, but it just depends on how many runs I'm planning to do. I did do a cheeky multi on stream. Shout out to the boy Ram in the chat. He did bring the hype, and I actually managed to pull one of the boosters. So my teams will change directly after this run. But the big thing with this is I really wanted to, oh my gosh, No Hat Pirates. Shout out to No Hat Pirates, wherever you are in this beautiful world, with the Sanji friend. But I will be slotting Big Mom onto this particular team, and the Sabo team, and I will just be directly replacing Boa. But for the sake of this video, I wasn't planning on doing any summons. I did make those teams for you guys, so I did want to showcase them to the fullest. So we did get very, very lucky, and we actually found a Sanji friend on this team. But with this particular piece of content, you ideally want to be bringing a Mihawk captain. The Mihawk gets around basically all the nasty defects, as this content is very heavily based around paralysis and damage reduction, which, shocker, Mihawk actually removes both. As a captain, Mihawk's going to remove 10 turns of paralysis, and then his special is going to remove damage reduction, so that's going to help us out very, very well. On stage 4, we come up against Sanji. Sanji gives us an attack down, he rotates our slots to unfavorable, and he puts up a 2-turn barrier for a random color, which is very, very annoying. Now, if you have this Robin, you're going to have a good time, because Robin not only removes the attack down, but she also removes the barrier by 2 turns, which is very, very handy. Then we're just going to drop our Law special, we're going to drop our Shank special. That way we can just move on nice and quick here and move into the final stage. If you don't have this Robin, you can easily replace her with someone like Colosseum Neptune, and that way you can stall out the barrier and then just utilize his orb boost by removing the attack down for the 2 turns, and you should be hunky-dory there. On the final stage against Pudding now, she puts up 5 turns of damage reduction and 5 turns of threshold. So that's why we saved our Mihawk special here. Mihawk's going to remove the damage reduction as well as do a nice HP cut for us. We've got Boa on this team as well. She's going to make some orbs favorable for us, including the strength, dex, and quick, I'm pretty sure. But the big reason she's here is she removes threshold. Finally, we can use our boy Mihawk. Mihawk's just going to rotate all of our orbs into int orbs. What does Sanji even do? Okay, so Sanji's great to do the barrier thing on the turn before, but, I mean, I can't guarantee I'm going to have Sanji all the time, right? So, there you guys go. That was the final team against our girl, Pudding, I should say. So, works very, very well. Wow, we're in the top 5%. That's pretty cool. What, we're ranked 54. That's crazy. But there you guys go. It worked very, very well. And, yeah, so nothing really to complain about the teams, but that's going to wrap this video up today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure to belt that like button. One last shout out to all the guys in chat. We are streaming here over on YouTube. I try and stream at least 3 times a week, so if you guys are feeling up to it, come on down. Check out the streams. We have a lot of fun. But once again, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this one, make sure to belt the like button, as I mentioned. And if you are new to my channel, hit that big red subscribe button as well. But guys, most importantly, enjoy the rest of your day. As always, I thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one. Lights!